It's so cold outside that your booty hole will freeze. That's how cold it is. It's so cold that if you stay outside for about a minute, your feet will feel like rocks. Yeah, ice cubes that you can put in a cup and drink some with. By that being said, it was a man that was so cold he escaped from police custody. And then after an hour being free, he flagged the car down and told them to call the police. You know it got to be cold as a motherfucker for somebody to send themselves to jail after they done broke out. This is his story. That's how God can show you that a natural disaster you cannot fuck with. That motherfucker is more powerful than anything man think he can create. Anyway, Davis was charged with 1 count of escape and 2 counts of rape of a child, according to the records from the Shelby County Sheriff's Office. Now, a man who escaped police in Memphis during this weather reportedly turned himself back into custody within an hour. Sunday night, they were told around 10 p.m. that 20-year-old DeMarcus Davis escaped custody. 10:35, 35 minutes later, he asked a civilian to call the police so he could turn himself in. And guess what? He was close to the jail. He was on 100 block of Madison, which if you can Google it on your map, Google the 100 block radius of Madison Street in Memphis, Tennessee, you will see that there's probably about 2 miles from the jail where you actually get locked up at. I think that he was walking back to the jail. It was so motherfucking cold. When it's that cold outside, you would rather be in jail just to be warm. I mean, it's sad to say, but it is what it is. And you know what? He needed to be caught because this motherfucker got 2 counts of rape of a child. He's a fucking pedophile. See, God working mysterious ways for evil people. And he showed this nigga that you cannot be the righteous of doing wrong to a child. I'm going to put this welt on your ass. I'm going to put this welt on your ass like a belt, like your mama should have did when you was little. And maybe you wouldn't be out here doing this sick shit to people. He put that winter storm belt on this motherfucker and made him turn himself in. The police didn't even have to look for him. How about that? Because it was so motherfucking cold that the police wouldn't even look for him anyway. Trust me. He would have been a free nigga until the weather break. But like I said, God make him work in mysterious ways. And he made sure that the person that was responsible for molesting and raping kids, you sick individual, that you got your ass locked up like you deserve to. I mean, it's some people out on the street that look like something ain't wrong with them. They look like a good human being. But inside their brain, they sick. They got devious thoughts and shit that they be really want to do to people. So that's why I say you don't know what's going on in people's brain. But luckily, we got this motherfucker off the street. Now, when I talk about what's going on in people's brain, the next story is going to make you jump out your seat. Sit down. Sip you some coffee. Because this one here a motherfucker. We got a 1-year-old child that was thrown from a 2nd-story window. All because of a Florida custody battle. Now, this is his story. They threw a 1-year-old child from a 2nd-story window. Could have broke this child's neck. Could have broke this child's arm. Could have broke this child's leg. Could have broke this child's face. This child could have been dead. But guess what? They had somebody outside that actually was waiting to catch the child. This was premeditated. This was planned. Now, according to the Pasco County Sheriff's Office, 20-year-old Cadram Coleman of Tarpon Springs, Florida, was in a verbal fight around 5 p.m. when an unidentified woman over the custody of their children. Now, during the argument, Coleman reportedly took the child and threw him out of the 2nd-story window of the apartment to someone waved, saying, "Catch the kid." Ain't that something? Now, the child was caught by some individual waving below and was unharmed. Thank God. God made sure that this was not going to be on a lot of people's brain across the world, crying and sad and upset and mad at seeing an innocent child that had a whole lot to live for lose their life because somebody is mad because they don't have custody. They couldn't keep their emotions in check until the custody battle was over with, till they just got so emotionally drawn that they was willing to risk this child's life. Now, the witnesses say they saw a woman put the child into a car belonging to Coleman's sister, according to the affidavit. Coleman fled the residence with the child, but was found a short time later at her mother's home. Now, they said Coleman has not been completed the necessary steps to prove he is the child's father. So they took his ass to jail Monday on one count of interference with custody and one count of child neglect without injury. These motherfuckers are losing their mind out here. These new drugs, this fentanyl shit, and all these designer drugs that you motherfuckers are taking are making people literally go crazy. They doing more wild shit than I ever thought a person can do. We living in the zoo with lions, tigers, and bears and people that don't care. Now, see, this is the problem that I have with a lot of people, especially a lot of people that be like, that's my child. I'm going to do this for my child. I'm going to go to war for my child. Y'all do some of the stupidest shit to endanger your child. Just because you bring a child in this world do not give you the right to take the life or fuck up the life of that child. That's what you motherfuckers need to understand when y'all fucking the shit out of each other in the bedroom. If you know you are not reliable, you know you're not responsible, you know you're a piece of shit that just so happened to impregnate somebody. Come on, man, give that child an opportunity. Get them to somebody that's going to lead them in the right direction in life. Not nobody that's going to send them up the river because your life fucked up and you ain't figured out life and everything you touch turns to shit. Now you want to put that same energy inside this innocent child. You got some evil people out here in this world. And that's what a lot of people are doing. They mad because they life fucked up. They didn't get to where they wanted to go. And don't mean that they can't still get there. They just done gave up, threw the towel in on life. That's my favorite slogan when you become a lazy motherfucker that talk about everybody else, but you sitting on your ass and you ain't doing shit to better yourself. You threw the towel in on life. And because you threw the towel in on life, you got negativity to say about everybody else that's still fighting the fight to win in life. These are the type of people that's doing this shit to these kids. And then they think they got a logical excuse. I did it out of love. You did it out of ignorance. Speaking of people that life is fucked up, just because you got money don't mean you're always happy. Because if you're an evil motherfucker that's devious, devilish, nobody don't want to be around you. They don't. Even after a certain amount of time of you showering them with money and gifts, they get sick of your ass. People cannot be around ignorant, draining energy for too long. With that being said, do y'all know the Indianapolis Colts owner, Jim Irsay? Yeah, the National Football Team, Indianapolis Colts owner, Jim Irsay, had been suspected in an overdose in December. Yeah, they got to his home and found the man unresponsible and had difficulty breathing, according to a report back in December. Now, they got there at 4:30 a.m. and said they found the man unconscious, moved him to a bed. He had a weak pulse and was cold to the touch and was turning blue. They saved his life. He was 64 years old, but guess what? An officer wrote in a report that Irsay's prescribed medications were opioids. And they logged the incident as an overdose. Now, they attempted to revive him with a pain stimulant and a medication used to reverse opiate overdoses. I'm going to say it again. The Indianapolis Colts owner, Jim Irsay, was found almost dead. They saved his life and they had to use pain stimulants and a medication used to reverse opiate overdose. The man is taking Percocets, Lortabs, and Vicodins. They all the same. The shit that people are putting fentanyl in that's out here killing black folks in the neighborhood. Every race takes opioids. It doesn't discriminate. Drugs don't discriminate the drug user. I'm going to say it again. Drugs do not discriminate the drug user. Now, they were preparing to use a defibrillator when paramedics arrived and took him to a nearby hospital. Now, the coach released a statement saying that he was receiving a respiratory illness, and that caused him to miss a scheduled appearance that was unfortunate. He was supposed to be in LA. Now they trying to cover this shit up, saying to respect his privacy and all this here. Now that's cool, but he went on Real Sports with Brian Gumbel, and he previously, this is what he told him. He admitted that he had an overdose, which nearly killed him. So people ain't perfect. This type of stuff don't need to be covered up so you can, paint a picture for broke people that are addicted to drugs that only think you can die if you rich. You can die if you poor. It doesn't matter if you rich or poor. If you take the wrong dosage and too much of a certain drug, it will take your life, no matter who you are. This could possibly save somebody's life. So the next person that think, oh, people don't care about me, I'm going to die just because I'm poor. No. Leave that shit alone. Change your life. Get it together. Give yourself a second chance. All the people that done counted you out and told you ain't shit and you ain't going to be shit, show yourself that you are better than that first. And then once you prove to yourself you're better than the naysayers, then you go show the world, bitch, I'm back. I'm back from the dead. I am somebody. I will not be denied positivity. I will be living life and achieving greatness again. This drug will not kick me down and keep me down. It was just a situation and a circumstance at that point in my life. You got to let the world know that. Look here. It's cold where I'm at. I'm still snowed in. I'm still talking this shit to y'all because I love y'all. Wherever you at, UK, India, Indonesia, New York, North Carolina, Tennessee, Arkansas, Spain, Paraguay, Africa, wherever you at. I appreciate you for listening to the show. Sure. Until the next time, to the next episode, do something with yourself. Do something with your life. It just might be somebody one day, nickel.